This video will show you how to replace the sash on Andersen 400 series gliding windows. You'll need safety glasses, gloves, a thin piece of plastic or similar material, a flat blade screwdriver, a Phillips screwdriver, a utility knife, an electric drill, a 1/8 inch drill bit, 2 thin blade putty knives, and a tape measure, as well as a replacement sash available from your Andersen dealer or parts.andersenwindows.com. Before you begin, find the service guide that came with your replacement sash. Be sure to read it completely, including all the cautions and warnings. You can also download the service guide at andersenwindows.com. Also, make sure any staining or finishing is done prior to replacement. Start by locating the active sash, which can be identified by the handle. The active sash will be removed from the interior of your home. Unlock the active sash and slide it towards the center of the window frame. Then, do the same with the passive sash so it aligns with the active sash. Next, locate the upper and lower glide adjustment holes. When removing the glide adjustment hole plugs, be careful not to scratch the trim cover. Using a utility knife, carefully remove the upper and lower glide adjustment hole plugs and set aside. You'll now have access to the adjustment cams. The sash must be supported during the entire procedure, both in the removal and installation of the sash. Failure to support the sash may result in personal injury and/or product damage. Using a flat blade screwdriver, adjust the upper and lower glide adjustments to full retracted position by turning the adjustment cams clockwise. You will hear an audible click when the adjustment cams are fully retracted. Note that there are 4 glides per sash. Be sure to use a reasonable number of people with sufficient strength to support the sash. Use extreme caution when working around the window opening after the sash has been removed. Personal injury and/or falls could occur. While supporting the active sash, push the bottom glides up and tilt the bottom of the sash out of the sill track. Use a thin piece of plastic or similar material and a flexible putty knife to lift the lower glides over the sill. Be sure not to damage the sill. If the passive sash is being replaced, first remove the active sash, as previously described, and place it on a clean, flat work surface, with the interior side facing upwards. While supporting the passive sash, push the bottom glides up and tilt the bottom of the sash out of the sill track using your fingers. If necessary, use a protective material and a flexible putty knife to lift the lower glides over the sill. Be sure not to damage the sill. Next, remove the handle hardware from the sash that is being replaced. To remove the handle, first make sure it is in the unlocked position, then rotate the escutcheon plate clockwise, exposing the screws. Using a Phillips screwdriver, remove the 2 number 8 by 1 inch wood screws and the 2 number 6 by 32 by 5/8 inch machine screws. Set them aside for reuse. Remove the handle from the sash. Place the handle on the new sash in the locked position. Then return the handle to the unlocked position. Using the machine screws, fasten the handle in place. Using an electric drill with a 1/8 inch bit, drill pilot holes 1 inch deep in the new sash. Secure the handle with the number 8 by 1 inch wood screws. Return the escutcheon plate to the upright position. If you are replacing the handle on the passive sash, use the existing handle location as a guide and transfer the existing handle to the new sash. Next, locate the head and sill glide shoes. The head glide shoes are located at the top of the sash. The sill glide shoes are located at the bottom of the sash. Start by aligning the upper and lower glide shoes. If you're replacing the active sash, position the glide shoe catch to the exterior. If you're replacing the passive sash, position the glide shoe catch towards the interior. A flexible putty knife may be needed to lift the lower glides over the sill stop. Be sure to use a protective material to cover the sill surface when installing the sash with a putty knife. Be careful not to damage the head or the sill. Reinstalling the active and passive sash is a similar process. If both sash are being reinstalled, reinstall the passive sash first. Insert the sash into the head jamb. Place the glide shoe rib into the head jamb groove. Move the sash into place while holding the lower glides up and set onto the sill track. Place the glide shoe rib into the sill track groove. Close the sash and then open it slightly to make sure the full length reveal between the sash and the side jamb is even. If the reveal is uneven, use a flat blade screwdriver to adjust the glides up or down. This process is the same for active and passive sash. Then, insert the glide hole plugs into the active sash. Next, check for lock strike adjustment by closing and locking the sash. If the sash does not lock up tightly, open the sash to gain access to the strike plate, and while using a Phillips screwdriver, loosen the top and bottom strike plate screws. To obtain proper adjustment, slide the strike plate left to decrease the tension, or to the right to increase the tension. Then tighten the screws. Finally, close and lock the window. Congratulations! You have successfully replaced the sash on your Andersen window. If you need parts for your Andersen windows or doors, just go to our online parts store at parts.andersenwindows.com. And if you have questions about care, maintenance, or repair, call our customer care center at 888-888-7020 or visit the Help Center in the service section of our website at help.andersenwindows.com. Andersen, customer care is what we care about most.